Compliance in India is not just a baseline anymore. I mean, like Richa said, it's a license to operate, but not a license to win. It's an entry ticket, but competitive advantage comes from how the legal department drives speed, resilience, in ambiguity. Real differentiator is how you operationalize compliance into business strategy. The legal gatekeeper is also a business enabler. And let me give you some examples. So regulatory arbitrage as a strategy, not a risk. So smart GCs, they don't just comply. They try to structure the entire transaction, in a compliant way from start. So when there is a multinational company who wants to enter, say, India and wants to establish a manufacturing site, the GC of this let's call it, an automotive components company. It's a global EV player, and they want to set up a components manufacturing site. The GC has to evaluate multiple states, and not just look at central laws, right? They would have to compare states like Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, on factors like which one gives the fastest approval timelines, administrative efficiency, tax structuring, supply chain design, state EV policies, stability of governance. There are sector specific incentives like PLI, SEZ, etc. Availability of skilled workforce, infrastructure and port accessibility. So this is where, the GC is using, these regulatory or the location arbitrage as a strategy, and advising the board to be more, to find or to set up in a state which would be beneficial to the company. Uh, like the corporate and IP structuring. And one of the previous chemical companies that I was with, what I observed was that for a specialty chemicals player, they want to keep their core IP or their core formulations outside India because of the poor IP enforcement in India. So Indian entity would then handle only application engineering, customization, and manufacturing under controlled access. The outcome that the company gets here is obviously IP protection plus operational flexibility and tax efficiency. Another important thing that I think we are missing, and which is important for India's, India's perception also globally, is ethical positioning as a competitive edge. If a multinational digitizes all approval workflows, eliminates human interface in high risk processes, maintains a zero tolerance anti-bribery stance, this will lead to, initially slower, but eventually become a, preferred global partner for investors and government-backed projects.